Hello everybody, Becca here. Today we're going to talk about preparing your health for winter naturally. So let's get started. So those that are here for the first time, I'm Becca Laurent. I'm here to empower you with knowledge of a detox lifestyle. And even though it is only August, today we're going to talk about preparing for winter and what that looks like here at the Laurent house. We'll be talking about herbs, food, and more. So let's get started in our adventure. Your body is self-healing and self-regulating, and the only thing that you need to be worrying about is providing what your body needs to do its job. And what your body needs is nutrients in and toxins out. So that is what we're going to focus on today, is bringing nutrients in our body and how to relieve the toxins from our body to keep us from getting sick. So let's start off with herbs. Herbs, unlike modern medicine, can tend to more than one issue at a time. Herbs can be used as a preventative to keep you from getting sick, and many of those same herbs can also be used if you do get sick to help you get through it. That is because they are intended for our body and help our body's processes. They're not working against anything that our body is doing. So herbs are a great avenue or resource to go to when tending to your health. But when it comes to tending to your health in the wintertime, there might be a few different herbs that we would focus on, and those are the herbs that I'm going to mention today. There are so many herbs out there that could be used for tending to your health in the wintertime that it would take forever to even try to go through them. But that's okay. We don't have to go through a list of hundreds and hundreds of herbs to help your health during the winter. Most likely, the herbs that I'm going to talk about today, you should be able to find at just about any grocery store, and only a few that you might have to seek out in a health store, which is great because who has time to run around looking here, there, and yonder for some obscure remedy? But before we get started, I want to point out, in herbalism and specifically home health, you need to accept and understand what is beyond your ability. And in those circumstances, yes, we do need to seek professional help. So with that in mind, let's get started in our list of herbs. So first off, what is an herb? An herb is really simply defined as any plant that is beneficial to humans. So herbs can be just about anything, but that doesn't have to mean that you have to go and searching all over the place for this herb, that herb, this herb, that herb. Now, most of the herbs that I'm going to talk about today are commonly found at your local grocery store, so we want to start there. The first herb I want to bring up, you might not even realize that it is actually in the herb category, but this herb is the onion. Onion is one of those herbs that I use all winter long in just about anything I'm cooking, anything hearty. And there's a reason for that, is because onion is a very well-known herb to maintain your health in the wintertime. The second herb is another very common herb, and that is peppers. And whether that is a cayenne pepper or paprika, whatever pepper you decide to pick up from a quality spice company is going to be beneficial in the wintertime because it helps stimulate blood flow and keeps from holding on to stagnant fluid through the body. So pepper could also be bell pepper. Fresh bell pepper, you're going to have vitamins and minerals with, and then the dried ones are used mainly for stimulation. But any of the peppers are another herb that I use on a regular basis when cooking in the wintertime. So pepper is another great one to go to. Another common herb that you should be able to find readily is one of my favorites, and it is this herb right here. This is the whole garlic. But garlic can be found in many different forms, whether it is a whole one that you cut up, dice, and put in a meal, or just take some powder and sprinkle it through your food. You can't go wrong in the wintertime using garlic to, again, stimulate that blood flow to get it going and get the toxins out. Garlic is the third herb that I have readily available here at the house. So anybody that has followed me for a length of time then has heard me talk about herbalism and herbs. You'll probably know the next herb that I am going to go to. It is my favorite herb by far, and that is the ginger root. Ginger root is one of those herbs that I love because it has a great taste and can be used in a plethora of herbal remedies, including several things that you can make in the wintertime to keep you healthy, and also, if you do get sick, to help your body get through the illness that it is fighting. So ginger is my all-time favorite, and that is why. All right, and then my last herb that I'm going to talk about might be a little more difficult to find. For instance, you won't find it in your produce section at the grocery store, but it's definitely an herb that would be beneficial to seek out, and that is elderberry. Elderberry is such a great herb to help boost your immune system, to keep you from getting sick, but also keep that immune system going if you do get sick. And it is a very studied herb that I use on a regular basis. I always have elderberry syrup made here at the house, and always have an open jar in the fridge for us to use throughout the winter. Now, some people use it as a preventative to where they use it every day, like taking a little shot of it, like a tablespoon of it a day. And then some people hold on to it until they feel like they are getting sick. And that's kind of how we use it here at the house. We do have some in the fridge that if you want to take it, go right ahead. But we tend to use it more of, oh, somebody else has gotten sick, so let's make sure that our immune system is going great. Or, oh, I feel a little run down, let's take a shot of it tonight. Just using it more as a preventative, but we continue to use it if we do get sick. And it does seem to help quite a bit that we are rarely sick more than 1 or 2 days when we do come down with something. So elderberry is definitely an herb that I seek out every year to keep our family safe and healthy here at the house. So that's my list of herbs. What else can we do to keep us healthy? Well, the first thing that you need to be doing is to focus on your food. Remember, I had mentioned at the beginning of this video that we need to provide the needed nutrients for our body to maintain its own health, right? All right, well, what does that entail? That entails live, whole foods. Whether that is fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, legumes, and quality meats. That's where you're going to get your nutrients from. If it comes from a box or has a commercial, I'm sure it doesn't have what your body needs. And if it has on the front of the box, high in vitamin C or something like that, you need to double check, because synthetic vitamins are not what I'm referring to here. It is real, live, osh-to-gosh food and nutrients that is provided for us from nature that our body needs. Our body does not recognize synthetic ingredients. And again, whenever you're looking on the back of the package, if it has a whole bunch of ingredients on it and you can't pronounce those ingredients, I'm sure those are ingredients that your body does not need and will not recognize, and will create and will treat it as a toxin in your body, creating stress. So that's not what we need. But when talking about food, some people get a little anxious about, well, what food do I need to eat? Well, beyond live whole foods, I guess we can narrow it down a little bit and look at the foods that are naturally available here in the wintertime, and those would be mainly your root crops, right? Your carrots, your turnips, your sweet potatoes, and then your greens like kale and cabbage and turnip greens. Those are great sources of nutrients in the wintertime, and it's no wonder they're in our favorite soups and stews, right? And there's a reason for soups and stews. It is because at least back in the old days, the soup stock or the stew broth would be made from bone, called bone broth, and that is very high in nutrients as well, and great for what your body needs. So no wonder soups and stews are a traditional meal in the wintertime. Not only is it hearty and fills you up, it's warming and warms you up in the winter. So focus on those soups and stews, and don't forget to add your herbs like your onions and your garlic and turmeric and in your peppers. Don't forget to add those to your soups and stews. That is making me so hungry right now, even though it's like 95 degrees outside. But anyway, so focus on your food and the hearty winter foods like what I have just mentioned. Now, in the title, I did bring up that we were going to talk about herbs, we were going to talk about food, and we were going to talk about more. So what is the more? What more can we do for our health in the wintertime? Well, you need to make sure that you keep moving in the wintertime. Don't just be sitting stagnant, because moving moves the lymph in your body, and that is the garbage collector through your body. So you want your lymph being able to flow, and you want to stimulate it through the day, and in doing that is moving. So what does that entail? Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be running miles through the street or working hours out in the gym. What that entails is start where you're at and build on it. So if all you can do is walk around the block, then great, do that. Walk around the block twice next time, or take a few extra steps up and down the driveway. Like I said, start where you're at and build on it. And lastly is, yes, you want to be up and moving, but you also need some de-stress time. You need some rest time. And what that would entail is pick up your favorite hobby, have some downtime, do some journaling, maybe some meditation. Have that downtime. Have that time for you throughout the day and throughout the week. And then be sure to allow enough time for sleep, real sleep. You want to focus on 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night, and that allows your body rest and regeneration. So those are the tips that we do here at the house on a daily basis to keep us healthy throughout the winter. Leave in the comment section what your favorite wintertime activity is. And if you're looking for more information on surviving the winter naturally, check out the workshop that I have available in the description section of this video. But I will talk to you again soon, and until then, get healthy, be happy, and herbal on. Bye.